the last one was Baby D.
Yeah,
Let me be your fantasy.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
Oh.
I love old school dance in general. Any kind of breaks or even happy hardcore as well. Like any of that kind of sound from the 90s and early 2000s. I love all that.
Welcome back to Move Mag Asia, and today we are lucky enough to speak to somebody who's been in the industry for over 12 years, produced some of the greatest hits with some amazing numbers on Beatport and Spotify, hits such as Black Hole, and amazing vocal tracks. Hails from the city of Manchester, although he does support Manchester United, so we will forgive him for that, being a Stoke City fan myself. I know. We have Mr. Craigconnelly.
Hi there, how you doing?
How's things, man?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
You alright?
Yeah, ready for tonight.
Why are you here? Explain.
Playing at DC Hall tonight here in Bangkok for the Subculture event with the likes of John O'Callaghan, Brian Kearney, Giuseppe Ottaviani. So yeah, it's going to be a really good night.
So quite a big, few big names there.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive event, really big.
Have you seen the venue?
I think I walked past it the other night. I've seen pictures as well of the production going up. So yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it is quite big. It looks amazing. Production's amazing there. So you got here yesterday, I believe. Had a couple of drinks. I saw on your Instagram.
Yeah, not many. We went to a rooftop bar and I was really hungry because I'd been traveling for so long and still didn't manage to get any food there. But I've just been out here with for some food today. So yeah, I'm ready for it.
How's the weather?
What, in Manchester?
No, here.
Yeah, amazing. I was going to say, compared to Manchester, it was really good. It's about 26 degrees, I think.
How's the weather in Manchester?
Awful, like 6 degrees and raining.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every day. So you hail from Manchester.
From Wigan.
From Wigan.
Yeah. I moved to Manchester for a girl, predictably.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm engaged. We have a son now, so yeah, we live in a place called Ashton, just outside of Manchester. But I'm originally from Wigan. So
what age did you go to Manchester?
2 or 3 times I've been, like when I was 21, I lived there for about 5 years. And then again when I was about 27, and then again moved finally when I was 32, I think 33. Me and my fiancée Alana moved in together. And then got engaged and had a son a few years later.
So I noticed from your gym playlist that you put online, there's a few northern bands. So you've got like Verve, Oasis. You've also got like Kasabian and things like that.
Yeah.
So before I knew you were actually from Wigan and you moved to Manchester, I thought, with that kind of music style, you must be from up north.
Yeah, so like the Verve actually went to the college that I went to, but I didn't study music, but apparently they came from the same college I did. So so yeah, I've always been around like a very wide variety of music. I used to work in a music shop.
Yeah.
Sold guitars and drums and things, so you get influenced by that quite a bit.
So I want to know, like, before you made the like transition into trance, like what was your go-to kind of music?
I've been into like dance music and trance since I was about 13, so like it's been quite a while. But I mean, I still listen to a lot of the bands I used to listen to back then. So I used to listen to a lot of metal, which is popular in the late 90s.
Yeah.
A lot of rock music like Britpop, you know. So yeah, kind of I've never really like just been like one sound. Like the music I listen to outside of trance is quite indie, quite alternative. A lot of rock music, a lot of drum and bass, stuff like that. Progressive house, techno. So I'm quite eclectic. I don't really just listen to trance all the time.
Yeah.
I think it'd be impossible to, considering that I work inside that sound. So
yeah, definitely. Well, for me, like I noticed your playlist and there's quite a bit of hip hop on there and stuff like that. Yeah. Like hip hop really is my love. Yeah. Hip hop and dancehall. So what age did you start to produce or just start making music?
About 16. I had some decks for about 3 years, and I thought, well, you know, I wanted to try making some of my own tunes. I actually had ideas. So a lot of like various pieces of crack software that my dad would get me on this like knackered old PC, trying to like stitch together things. Didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I just kind of like got my head around sequencing and kind of how that worked. Like I'd record things from the decks and then just like you know, duplicate them, copy and paste them, try and make something from it. And that's where it started until I actually got an education in it when I was about 18. A few years doing that, and then it just takes time for you to get good at it.
So what age did you move to Manchester? About 2010?
Yeah, about 2010, 2009, I met Gareth then, one of the first Gruder nights. I started working for him. About a year later it was. Started working in the office, working on the label, helping with the radio show, things like that.
What was it like working in the office?
It was good, yeah. I mean, he was quite busy touring, so he wasn't there a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I was kind of left up to my own devices to make the label run.
Any pluses or any minuses being above Sankey's?
They're an interesting bunch, or they were. I mean, they're not there anymore, but
Yeah.
like they're an interesting bunch, that's for sure. But I didn't really get involved with the event side. I'm kind of glad because it's quite difficult to deal with. But yeah, there's some interesting characters in that building.
Yeah, they're definitely. So now you're known for like more kind of vocal kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Did Gaz rub off on you?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I saw him, produce the records, the vocal records, so it was interesting to see, how that he's done and like he composed it. But I also come from a family of singers and songwriters.
Okay.
My uncle's in a band. My sister's like, grade 8 piano.
Yeah.
She sings. So I've always been around musicians. We talked endlessly about songs and stuff. And I'm probably like the least gifted in the family, but the one that's more driven by success.
Yeah.
We're quite a laid-back family, whereas I'm obsessed with success for some reason. So I will like, pour over tutorials and magazines and YouTube and stuff to learn how to do something.
Yeah.
And I had some like basic piano lessons when I was about 23. So I'm not much of a player, but I certainly understand like music as a system and harmony. And I think that's important how you make a record.
So what kind of music course did you enroll in?
It was a music production course when I was 18, just like audio engineering and things, and then piano lessons when I was about 23.
Okay, that's late for piano lessons, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I said to the guy, look, I'm not interested in being a performer, but I need to learn about like harmony and melody and how it all goes together. So like I know about scales and and interesting kind of devices to make things interesting. So it's not just like basic music.
I want to touch on a trilogy.
Yeah.
So this is, correct me if I'm wrong. So your last 3 albums over a span of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So the trilogy night, is this a night from like? Do you take them on a journey from like the start to finish, or is it all mixed in?
Yeah, so it's all mixed up. It's the 3 albums that I did, which are 1 Second Closer, Sharper Edge, and Believe in Magic. And basically, it's like a look at the music over the last 5 years, where I feel like I've kind of got into my head into what my sound is. So there are other tracks in there that aren't on the albums, but it's mainly just an exploration of the albums. It's like a greatest hits of the last 3 years of my originals. There was no remixes of other people's in there, of what I've done for other people. But there's the odd remix of what people have done for me for the trilogy sound. So yeah, it's a 3-hour journey, and it's quite good to be able to tour these albums, especially a Sharper Edge, because that was released in lockdown. Yeah. So I didn't actually get a chance to tour that one. So I'm really happy that I get to play those records, because some of those records were never played in clubs.
Is it a hard thing to do? Because I know a lot of producers, like when they finished, that's it. They don't really want to hear it. Don't want to hear the music again. But going across 3 albums is quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think because I did one in 2017, and then I basically made one during lockdown. Well, one was finished for lockdown, but then lockdown came around and I was like, well, I had to release it anyway. I didn't want to stop it. Yeah. And then I'd started another one because I was kind of sick of a lot of the things that were going on in my life that weren't quite going right because of COVID. So I was like, well, no one can take an album away from me.
Yeah,
so I made a second one. It's probably overkill to make 2 in 2 years. Yeah. But then I'm not really that bothered because my career is like going really well now. So, I think that's like a knock-on effect of the work that I put in.
Yeah. Do you think your sound changed?
I think it got like better. I think in terms of like, I think the sound on on 1 Second Closer is roughly kind of the same musical kind of direction as what I like now, but I'd say it's better produced.
Yeah. Oh, also, you're playing at the Ava Party in Japan.
Yep. Next week.
But also Colville at Passion.
Yeah.
Have you played there before?
Yeah, played Passion a few times. It's an amazing event in the UK.
Yeah.
The people are well up for it. It's so busy. It was like rammed last time I played. They only do a couple of events a year, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for that one.
It's like
really good.
Total opposite of clubs, what people would expect from Thailand.
It is, yeah, but Colville's a small place, but it's an iconic venue.
Yeah.
Same with Tall Trees. I mean, Tall Trees in the UK was in the middle of nowhere, but that was one of the best clubs I've ever been in.
Yeah, it is amazing.
They're not all in the big cities, but yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I know you're being picked up in about 10 minutes, so we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
But I just want to touch on your playlist, your gym playlist, because there's quite a few varied songs on there.
Yeah.
So we've got Oasis, Coldplay, Kasabian, a lot of Prodigy, but a lot of hip hop. NWA, NERD, MOP, Jay-Z. I'm not just mentioning initials. Kanye, Eminem, Kendrick.
Yeah, so like I don't really know much about hip hop. That's like a really commercial selection.
Yeah.
And you know the ones which are like a really good big bangers. So like some of those are quite.
They're not
old.
they're not that commercial.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I like Kendrick. You know, listen to some of that. I won't like sit there and listen to hip hop exclusively.
Yeah.
I like it when it's mixed in with other things. So yeah, it's just kind of things which motivate me, I guess.
And I did notice the last one was Baby D.
Yeah,
Let me be your fantasy.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
Oh.
I love old school dance in general. Any kind of breaks or even happy hardcore as well. Like any of that kind of sound from the 90s and early 2000s. I love all that.
For me, that tune reminds me of like being the last one in the club because they always played it at the end.
Yeah.
And like if you were there, that means you hadn't pulled a bird. So. So you're being picked up. So I appreciate your time.
No,
I know it's hard to talk to us with such a small amount.
Okay.
But Craig Connelly, thank you very much. Appreciate it, dude.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
Yeah, see you again soon.
Tom, man.
Cheers.